The story that, I don't know, it's just a snapshot of our time and where we are right now that sort of bends your mind. I'll just read it to you. Two of the officers who defended the Capitol on January 6th were booed by Pennsylvania Republicans this week. It happened as former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn, former Capitol Police Sergeant Aquilino Gonell, two of the officers who helped to protect the Capitol on January 6th and prevent the overturning of the 2020 election, visited the Pennsylvania State House as part of a cross-country tour to discuss the threat they say Donald Trump poses to the country. We're told some Republican members not only booed, but turned their backs on the officer and even walked out. This comes as Gonell and Dunn have been on the campaign trail in key battleground states in an effort to get President Biden reelected. So, Gene, this is the upside-down world we're living in right now, where police officers think back the blue, support police, all of that stuff, who stood in the doorway defending democracy and turned back a group of people who were led to the Capitol by a lie, committed violence in the Capitol, tried to help overturn our system of democracy. Those officers are now being booed by Republicans.
It is unbelievable. One of those officers was injured, a real injury to his foot, defending the Capitol. The other was showered with racist abuse and, of course, physically threatened and endangered. Defending the Capitol, defending our members of Congress, trying to do their duty in the citadel of our democracy, and they get booed. Look, one of our two major political parties has completely lost its mind, and that's largely because of Donald Trump. And it is not just the senators and the representatives who are out there with this incendiary and inflammatory rhetoric, but at the local level, it's the rot, the craziness is even deeper and, in a sense, more worrisome, because if you look at the state Republican parties, there are really fanatical, sort of unhinged people who are becoming not just a significant faction in those parties, but in control of Republican parties in our major states. This is a political emergency that we are going to be dealing with, I think, for a while, because even if Donald Trump is defeated in this November, all this sort of insanity in the Republican Party across the country doesn't immediately go away. This is going to be with us.
Yeah, Donnie, this is a small group of Republican lawmakers in Pennsylvania, sure, but it's representative of something else, is it not? That the crime committed by these two police officers, it's hard to even say that, in the eyes of the people booing them, are that they are crossing Donald Trump, that they are dare speaking the truth about Donald Trump and speaking the truth about what they saw with their own eyes on January 6th.
You know, the last 24 hours, if you need a contrast, I don't think you could find anything more stunning if you just follow the news. You have, on the one hand, Biden at Normandy giving a compelling speech and seeing the faces of those heroes, those 98, 99, 100-year-old men from the greatest generation. And you feel that, you feel our greatness. And then you listen to Donald Trump doing an interview yesterday and hearing him talk about what's wrong with this country and the hate and the venom and the obsession and the vengeance and the revenge. And then you hear local, as we just showed, local Republican lawmakers booing January 6 policemen, turning their back to them. And one party is about darkness and just grievance and negativity and self-loathing. And the other party is and will be throughout this campaign about positivity. And I think that there's a real contrast there, and I think you'll see that through the campaign.
And at this very moment, President Biden getting ready to leave Paris and fly back to Normandy, where he will deliver remarks at Pointe du Hoc today. Donnie Deutsch, New Yorker's Susan Glasser, thank you both so much for being with us this morning.